Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Library Marketing Show. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com, the website that helps you with your library marketing. Where's the screen, you might be asking? Let me explain. I've been doing a survey on superlibrarymarketing.com of my readers and viewers of this channel to see what they want me to do in the next year and if they had feedback. If you haven't had a chance to participate in that, I'll put a link to it down in the show description. Please provide your feedback. I really appreciate it. One of the things that I heard from some viewers of the show is that they find the screen to be distracting and they didn't think I needed it. Frankly, I thought looking at my face for 5 full minutes would be boring for you, but I thought I'm going to try it today. So watch the video, and then when it's done, let me know down in the comments, screen or no screens, which do you like better? All right, we're going to get into today's topic, which also comes from the survey. I've been looking at the early results, and one of the things I noticed that everybody wants to talk about and everybody's struggling with is the approvals process. It is difficult for most people working in a library to work through the process of getting their supervisors or their supervisors approval for their promotions. So I thought we would talk about that for a little bit today because approvals are important. We need them to get our work out into the world. But sometimes all of those cooks in the kitchen, so to speak, can dilute our message and it can be really frustrating for you. So here's some advice from my background working in libraries. And also, frankly, I still have to do this when I'm working in my day job at Novelist. We have to get approvals for our marketing too. So here are some things that I do. Number one, I think it's really important to understand, acknowledge, and accept that we will always have supervisors who have to approve our work. And the sooner we come to grips with that, the better it's going to be. If you have a team that works with you, sometimes there can be members of your team who get really bristly about the fact that somebody above them needs to approve their promotions. I get that, but we need to set clear expectations with our teams and sometimes with ourselves that this is just how the world works and we're going to do it to the best of our ability. Now, one of the things that I've always found helps out is to get the input of your supervisor earlier in the process. Sometimes that is as simple as writing out what your promotion is going to be, your target audience, your call to action, the graphics you're going to use in a Word document or an email and send it to the supervisor and ask them for their input early. I find it's easier to edit text. And this is way easier than after you've made all your graphics or you've made your library e-newsletter or you've made your bookmark and then you have to go back and edit it. Much easier to do it on the front end of the promotion. Plus, makes your supervisor feel that you are asking their input. Another technique that I often use is the wording in which I ask for revisions and feedback, which is exactly that. I say, I have this thing. I would like suggestions for revisions or feedback from you. Suggestions for revisions or feedback, which sets the expectation that you are going to listen to the feedback that's given to you. And oftentimes it's good feedback, but that you are taking control of the final decision as the person working on the marketing and promotions. So that just tiny little bit of wording can really help set expectations for your supervisor. So those are my little tips for managing the approvals process. I bet you all have lots and lots of advice for your fellow library marketers. Go ahead and let me know what it is down in the comments. I also have an article to share with you. It's not about library approvals, but it comes from like a large company perspective, but it's from a marketer that I really admire and trust, Robert Rose, who started the Content Marketing Institute. He wrote a very short article about how to handle the approvals process, and I think there are some things in there that might be helpful to you as well. So I'm going to put a link to that down in the show notes. As always, go to superlibrarymarketing.com and click on the Library Marketing Show tab to let me know if you want to suggest a topic for a future episode or nominate a library for Kudos. And Kudos this week goes to the West End Library in Pennsylvania. So they are doing a campaign where they are gathering donations of children's underwear, socks and some other stuff, and they're tying it in with the Captain Underpants series. So people can come to the library and drop off their donations. And there's also a Captain Underpants display at the library for people to check out books. So it's a great community outreach support service that the library is providing, and it's a way to get people to come into their physical branch and interact with their collection. Great collection marketing on their part. So kudos to you, West End Library in Pennsylvania. There is a news article about this. I'm going to put it down in the show description. There's also a link to their library website on Super Library Marketing, and kudos to you. So that's it for this episode. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do so. Big old subscribe button. That way you get a notification. Do you miss the screen? Do you not miss the screen? Let me know. Thank you so much for spending time with me again this week, and I'll see you next time.